a database on a mobile device containing bands, subbands, and service provider IDs, a mobile device would be like this. Allowing this device to establish connection to the right cell phone tower is called what? So you have a phone, you have all of these things inside of it, the bands, subbands, service provider IDs, and all of them need to communicate with cell towers. Well, what does this? What allows this? Well, let's go over one that's definitely not, and it's going to be PII. PII, I've worked in the healthcare, tech healthcare, stands for personal identifiable information. This is information that's sensitive to a person. We don't want it to be leaked. So PII, that's not our answer. It has nothing to do with mobile devices. Then we have PRL, IRS. IRS, that is Routing Information System. This has to do more on the interconnection of routers, exchanging information. RIS, Routing Information System. So that's not going to be one of our answers. So we have PRL, which is Preferred Roaming List, and we have PRI, which is Product Release Identifier, sometimes known as Protocol Revision Identifier. Well, PRI, they're files, and they're specifically for updates for specific types of phones, CDMA, or Code Division Multiple Access Phones. That's what CDMA stands for. So these phones are going to get updates through these PRI, which is Product Release Identifier files. Now, although it's related to phones, it's not going to be a database on a mobile device, which contains all this information. Remember, the mobile device has, think of like a table in it, and it contains all this information. Now that's going to be PRL, which is Preferred Roaming List. Think of all of these things that it has listed in a list. Preferred Roaming List. That's our answer. Now, the Preferred Roaming List, it's a database stored inside every mobile phone. And it's going to be in CDMA, which is Code Division Multiple Access Networks. Code Division Multiple Access, I know we mentioned it a second ago, but you can think of it as a way to organize conversation so that everything can be heard. So it has codes for all the data transmissions that your phone is sending out. Code, division, multiple access, right? It's dividing these conversations so they don't get mixed up in with each other, and it's sending them to the right places. It has digital data that it's sending, unique code, and it's going to spread the signal so it makes sure that the information gets across the best bandwidth. So again, RIS, Routing Information System, not an answer. PRI, it's closely related, Product Release Identifier. It's going to be like the files for the CDMA phones, Code Division Multiple Access phones. And then you have PII, which is Personal Identifiable Information, which is definitely not one of ours. No, the answer for the database is going to be a PRL. The PRL is the database on a mobile device containing bands, subbands, and service provider IDs, which allows your device to establish connection with the right cell phone tower to send data through CDMA, Code Division Multiple Access.